Hello. Stop hitting snooze. The snooze alarm on my phone is 10 minutes. I would say I average hitting snooze when I do 3 times. 30 minutes a day. And this extra 30 minutes is not through or consistent, right? It's not deep. It's not reparative or restorative sleep. It's laziness on my end. So what am I exchanging for this additional laziness or moments of self-care? When I hit snooze, I do not meditate. I don't have time. I, I give my time away. I do not take my time getting ready. I'm not mindful. I'm not preparing myself for the day. So with the average work week being, 5 out of 7 days, let's calculate how much time this is overall. 30 minutes times 5 days a week is 150 minutes, 2 hours and a half every week. It's a little over 10 hours a month, 130 hours a year. 130 hours a year. People are often telling me how there isn't enough time in the day. Well, I just gained 130 hours a year by not hitting snooze. I believe it took me less time to write my first book. So what am I exchanging when I hit snooze? If hitting snooze on your alarm isn't your thing, what's an area in which you can find relatable? Binging shows, scrolling through social media, gaming, any non-productive, time-consuming activity that is taking away from being connected to life or the people who love you and surround you. That's what I'm referencing. Do I binge shows? Occasionally. Do I have social media? Guilty. Do I own a gaming device? Yes. Am I including myself when I'm asking you these questions? Absolutely. Always. Always. Technology was invented to save us time. However, it absolutely does the opposite. And I doubt I'm alone in this belief. What are some areas in which you become disconnected in your life? Family, work, community, love life, spirituality, religion or belief system, relationships, hobbies, interests, health, fitness, fun, growth, children, self. Those were just the ones off the top of my mind. I mentioned earlier that when I hit snooze, I'm exchanging things of importance for laziness. When I don't take the time to connect, I'm lessening my ability to express gratitude and appreciation. I feel a lack of purpose. I'm not tapping into my creativity and curiosity. I'm less likely to practice forgiveness and optimism. My ego has tendency to take over my humility when I'm disconnected. Humor, which is very important to me, gives way to anger and resentment. I might not participate in kindness, fairness, or integrity. I can withhold love and open-mindedness. My perspective is one of lack. My enthusiasm may not surface, and my teamwork ultimately suffers. Um, uh, all this is written out in one of my writings on my blog, on my website, myplacetobelong.com. And if you've read it, if you're listening now, perhaps you're thinking I'm making quite a leap from hitting snooze to withholding love or being less likely to practice forgiveness. But what I'm saying essentially is that you cannot pour from an empty cup. I cannot pour from an empty cup. We cannot pour from an empty cup. When I start out my day saying, I'm not ready to begin, or I'm not ready to get out of bed, what I'm actually saying is, I'm not ready. I simply suggest and encourage beginning the day with an uplifting, nurturing manner. My greatest motivation is momentum. I may not be motivated before an action, but I stay motivated through it. Once I begin, I discover the motivation to continue and see it to the end. The first chapter of my book discusses this in other terms. If you haven't read it, perhaps you will. I'll give you an example. My wife and I are on vacation, and I've gotten up before the sunrise every day, and I'm out there on the beach listening to just being present. And yesterday there I had a very good meditation, um, doing some reading, some journaling, meditation, prayer, my routine. Didn't hit snooze, and I noticed just a lot of thinking, a lot of thoughts, and it wasn't, things that were important, or it wasn't like fear based. It wasn't anxiety, nothing like that. Um, I just noticed them and had some pretty divine. I'm not going to go into details here, but I had quite a divine um, moment, appointment, my grandma would say. And when I opened my eyes, the sun was out, and there was a storm way out on the ocean, and there was a cloud, it sort of looked like this, and there was a rainbow, um, and the rainbow caught me. Um, had I not been out there, the rainbow would have still manifested itself. The experience would have been attainable, achievable, but I wouldn't have shown up. How many times in my life have I not shown up? Whether it's to the driver in the cars next to me during traffic, um, my my waiter or waitress that gets the order wrong. I'm quick to forget that um, I'm able to buy food and take trips and drive, and I'm very much blessed, abundantly so. And when I'm hitting snooze, when I'm sleeping through life, consciously or unconsciously, I'm missing out on all the rainbows that are there, all the moments, all the divine aspects of life that are there. I'm missing out. I'm missing out on a connection. And here I am, 38, and how many years have I spent sleeping because I've been too lazy to get out of bed? Those divine appointments are there. We just have to show up for them. Thank you for your time. I love you guys.